Hello everyone, this is Mr. Informal back with my thoughts, analysis, and rant. And rant, it is the season of new cameras. And after watching a lot of videos, a lot of hands-on, and a lot of presentations, I finally get to give you my thoughts, analysis, and rant on the Fujifilm X-T3, the successor to the Fujifilm X-T2. So first and foremost, we gotta give out the main specifications. We're looking at 26.1 megapixel APS-C sensors with X-Trans, the new generation of the X-Trans. I swear, every time I say X-Trans, it's almost like a transvestite. It's a CMOS. It has a new processor, the X processor 4 with quad CPU. So many X's around here. It actually has, so check this out, right? 4K, 60 frames per second with F-Log and 10-bit. Are you kidding me? And I'll get to the price later, okay? It has phase detection autofocus. It has 3.69 million dots OLED viewfinder. Same type of OLED that you will see in Canon and Nikon's new mirrorless camera. Has a 3-inch tilting LCD screen, but it does not fully articulate it. We'll get to that later. ISO ranges from 80 to 51,200. It has 30 frames shooting. It comes with Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, weathered sealed magnesium alloy body, and that's basically it. I mean, I don't really see any much more features other than that. But the good thing is that it doesn't have crops. It doesn't crop on the 4K. It does not have in-body stabilization. And obviously it comes with 16 film simulation mode. Very great for Fuji to do that. They are very famous for their film simulation, better than any other camera companies out there. So what do I think of the Fujifilm X-T3? So first and foremost, I love the design, going retro. I love it. I mean, yes, I do know that they've been going with this design, but it's classic. Now, I think that if you buy this camera, I'm not mad at you. But I do think that if I was looking to a Fujifilm camera, I would say I would hold up until the next generation. I would wait until the X-T4, because I think in the X-T4, and this is my guess, it will have fully articulated LCD and it will have in-body image stabilization. And finally, it costs $1,500 without any lenses. For a camera that has 4K no crop video recording, it has a mic input and even a headphone input. Hold on, let me just verify that just to make sure that's actually correct, because you never know, there are detectives out there to make sure that I'm not correct or I'm making a mistake. Let's see here. Nope, that I'm okay. So it does have a headphone out input, and another thing is that it does come with a additional battery grip that also function as a portrait shots, and also additional battery with long, so you can take more shots or take video recording. Now, as I mentioned, it does have a headphone and a mic input at the same time with 2 SD memory card slot. That's something that Nikon and Canon does not have. And for $1,500, I do think this is such a good value. Not a great value, but a good value. If it did have fully articulated screen and in-body image stabilization, it would be great proposition value, or great value proposition. So it's a good step, but it's not there yet. It's in a great direction. Personally, if I had the X-T2, I would wait until the X-T4. And if I was looking into something Sony, Nikon, Canon, or even Fuji, I probably most likely go to Sony as of right now. But if the X-T4 was released next year with IBIS and articulation screen, and obviously I go with Fuji. So overall, it's a good step. Now let's put this camera into context. What is my analysis of this? It's an incremental upgrade or update that Fujifilm, as I said before in the previous videos, that has the potential, but they decided not to do it. I watched multiple videos. They said they couldn't do IBIS because it would get too hot because of the size. Okay, make it a little bit bigger. But the inexcusable thing is that the screen does not fully articulate. I don't get it. In a vacuum, is that why is it so hard for a camera brand to put all the tools that you want in a camera? Fully articulation, and they keep marketing this on their catalog, is that the screen can tilt 3 ways. Okay, but it can't tilt 90 degrees. I don't get it. I mean, you can't do a self shot if you want to place this on a tripod, or even self record. So in a vacuum, this camera has a lot of competition. It will be most likely going to compete with Canon, Nikon, Sony, even Panasonic GH5 because of the video recording, and the EM1 Mark II. I do know it's an APS-C. In terms of quality, it will be great. Not as great as the full frame, but at the same time the size is much smaller. It's much more compact, I guess you can say, and has great lenses, but it could be better. And for Fujifilm to be in this stage of the game is absolutely phenomenal. I can tell that they are listening to the customer, but I don't think they're listening enough. As for the Fujifilm X-T3, it could have been so much better, and yet it falls short. Not too short, but it's getting there. The camera industry has never been hotter, and certainly Fujifilm wants to be there at the top. So, what are my rants about this camera? Number one, where's the fully articulated screen? Stop playing around and just get to it. You've done it in your XH series. I don't get it. Get to it. Number two, in-body image stabilization, people. In-body image stabilization. I don't get it. Again, Fujifilm XH, right? Why does the XH have in-body stabilization and yet the X-T3 does not? I mean, I would like to know, but for some reason only Fujifilm can answer. Let me take that back. The Fujifilm XH1 does not have the fully articulated screen. That's my fault, but I'm still gonna make that as a complaint. It needs to be fully articulated. Number three, we need faster primes, or they need to update their primes. Their primes needs to be updated. Some of them are slow. Some of them just can't focus on a short distance. even on a macro, or they can even make a macro. If they already have a macro, that's great, but the current primes could be better. It could certainly be better. And then my biggest rant of them all, 1500 X-T3, I do think that it should be at the price of 1200. For not including the fully articulation screen and also the IBIS, it should be much cheaper. I mean, how hard can it be? I'm trying to think, how hard can it be? I mean, Fuji was so close, and yet for some reason they were so far. I do think that in the next 3 years, Fujifilm could gain more market share. Probably a lot. But at the same time, I really do wish that they could just go for it. Go all out. Like, stop making these incremental upgrades and just punish the competition. Because I believe that the competition is great. The competition drives innovation and motivation. Also drives prices down. But I need more drive. I need to see every camera brand just go for it. Stop protecting your other camera, just go for it. And in X-T3, I'm glad Fujifilm did it. X-T3 seems to be a better camera than the H1. And that's something to be for Fujifilm to be commended of. But at the same time, I'm gonna go back to it where this camera could be priced lower. We'll see. Maybe it could be priced lower. So let me know down in the comments below, okay? And I know I kind of have made a little bit of errors here and there, but I'll admit that I was wrong. What do you think about the X-T3? I'm thinking in my mind, maybe I should start buying Fujifilm lenses. Because right now I'm with the Micro Four Thirds, but maybe I should creep up to the Fujifilm lenses. They're also reasonably priced, so maybe I'll look into it. So let me know down in the comments below of the Fujifilm X-T3. I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.